welcome to another episode. Today we are with Carl on this fantastic Porsche, and it's quite unusual because I haven't seen so many Porsche being converted outside of the 911s we typically see. So Carl, why did you choose this particular car?
Yeah, I saved it out of my mechanic's backyard. It was in the field for like 15 years.
All right, it doesn't look like it was in the field. It looks quite good.
Yeah, I mean, that's original paint and everything. We just buffed it out. But,
yeah.
You know, as far as it sitting in the New Mexico sun for that long and snow and rain and everything else. But yeah, just wanted to save it more than anything else, and a much better project than what I was starting on a Volkswagen. So.
All right. So how do you go from finding a car in a junkyard to driving 300 miles to meet us here in Denver?
A lot of work and a lot of you know, thinking on how I wanted this to come out.
So first of all, why did you want an electric Porsche?
I've been wanting an electric car since I got a chance to drive an EV1 back in the late 90s.
Okay.
It was the coolest car I'd ever seen. So been involved with the EV movement for quite a while. A lot of the guys back in 05 and stuff, when I was really in Phoenix and stuff, there were a lot of people building conversions. So that was pretty cool. But, you know, again, we're DC technology, lead acid, things like that. So finally came to the point where, first of all, I retired and had time, and met Jimmy and found out about Resolve EV and using the Nissan Leaf drive components. So that was a pretty good start as far as trying to figure out how to put one together.
So do you have an engineering or fabrication background?
I've been an electrician for 40 plus years and just mostly commercial industrial. So, you know, you learn the mechanics of things. And then I've been a car guy since the early 80s anyhow too. So built my first ones back in the early 80s.
All right. So speaking about the drivetrain you use, let's have a look.
Sure. Now, as far as the motor and that is all underneath the backside of the car.
Okay.
Up front, basically, we have batteries and the things we need to drive.
That's flashy.
So yeah, everybody goes black. I just wanted something a little bit prettier. I think yellow and red go together pretty well.
They do,
so
yes.
But we did change everything out. Tesla brake system. I got a brake booster or a power steering pump, basically from Inductive Auto guys, and it adjusts with the speed of the motor. So it's you know, loose when you need it to be in a car or parking space, and then it's really nice on the freeway because it's tight.
So how did you learn everything you knew? I mean, I know you're an electrician and so on, but how do you learn the basics of an EV conversion?
Well, a lot of YouTube certifications.
Okay. That works.
You know, a lot of guys before me are doing, you know, things with the Tesla motors, of course, and with the Nissan motors and all these things. And of course, then just meeting other people that have made conversions, you get a pretty good feel for it. So understanding the basics of a car and auto wasn't too hard to kind of, okay, motor's got to go here, batteries have kind of got to go here, you know, start to figure it out that way. You know.
How did you figure the weight distribution between the motor and the battery pack?
I winged it. This car originally was 50-50. Now it's about 60-40 to the front now. So there, I had really no choice. I had to take out the back seat for the back battery pack, and that was the largest batteries because of the design of the 62 kilowatt hour Nissan Leaf battery pack. And then the rest of them were fit up here along with the BMS and the relays for this here. So the weight just sort of worked out as far as that. I took as much out of the back as I could.
You could, yeah. Okay.
And then of course I removed the torsion bar suspension, and now we put in adjustable coilovers. Was able to lower the car down a little bit and kind of balance everything right back out again.
Perfect. Was the Porsche driving and running when you got it, or you got rid of the old drivetrain?
No, the car, like I said, had been parked at the mechanics lot. They didn't even remember why. But something obviously was expensive for the original owner. So this has only been a one-owner car until I got it.
Wow.
And I was lucky to find the people that did own it. At least one of them, the husband had passed away, and then I was able to get title and things so I could start on the car. So.
Nice. I see an EV swap logo on the battery pack. Was Jimmy involved in
Jimmy
building
was essential. He helped a lot of text you know, back and forth over the last couple of years.
Okay.
And I met Jimmy. He's the one who turned me on to the Resolve EV controller to begin with, because I met him 3 or 4 years ago. I went and bought axles from him for what I thought was going to be my first conversion, and had bought an 80 kilowatt Nissan Leaf motor from a wrecking yard here in Denver.
Okay.
So.
All right, let's have a look at the back.
So this is the back battery pack.
Yeah.
Here.
Nicely carpeted, yes. Okay.
So that goes down and sits down right down on top of the tunnel.
Okay.
For support to the front of it, because those batteries are pretty deep. And then under here, of course, then is the rest of the motor and controller and things like that for the inverter, charger, things like all of that. Over here, I left the CHAdeMO charging, which I use coming up here.
Okay.
So, because I can charge that way, and then of course the regular charge port here. So,
all right.
Where it should be.
So how long did it take you to do the whole project?
Just under 2 years to get it running. So
not bad.
I've been at it. Yeah, by the time I got the title on the car, so I could start taking it apart, to the time I actually got on the road, was just under 2 years.
Okay. So what's the next step for this project?
Drive it. More than anything else. I mean, I've kind of got it tidied up. Maybe, you know, more restoration. There's still some plastic parts that need to be replaced, things like that. But it's just car stuff, and not really the drive system so much anymore. So that's pretty much complete.
What other types of upgrades did you do?
Well, rebuilt brakes, tested booster for that. Really not much else. Again, the suspension, but that was about it. For the most part, the car was in pretty good shape. I just had to replace a few bits and pieces and parts, get the sunroof working, get the hatch to pop up and down, those sorts of things.
So Carl, the interior looks fairly standard.
Yeah, it's still pretty stock. A few things that I did. So this did have air conditioning. I didn't have room to keep it, so I had to take the air conditioning out. But what I did find is a 12-volt VDO gauge that was from a 924 Porsche from Europe. We got that in to replace the spot where the control was for the air conditioning. Rebuilt the clock, made that work, and then where the oil pressure gauge was is now the indicator as to where the percentage is and what drive you're in and things like that, which is kind of fun. So it's very, very close and easy there to see. New stereo, that stuff, you know.
And your gear switch panel.
Yeah, so just their lit buttons, very simple. That's where the shifter was. Everybody wonders where it went.
So no more transmission, you're using direct to the motor.
So I used the full Nissan Leaf reduction gear system and their inverter on it. So again, it's the 160 kilowatt one. And then I just rebuilt the axles. Had a really good shop there in Taos where I'm at. No vibration, no nothing. It just works great. So
perfect.
Upgraded the CV joints just because of the power, things like that.
So do you anticipate any optional extra modifications or fine-tuning, or is it pretty much finished?
It's pretty much finished. There'll probably be a little bit more that can be done. Again, a lot of it's the trying to fix the old car up. I mean, this dash wasn't very good, things like that. So, but yeah, it like I said, mostly is just about building it to drive, and it seems like it's turned better than I expected, honestly.
So performance-wise, how much power do you get out of it compared to the original car?
The original car was just over 150 horsepower.
Yes. And
150 foot-pounds of torque. I'm at 200 and almost 15 horsepower now with the Nissan, and 250 foot-pounds of torque.
So significant upgrade.
It's a big difference. It's a very big difference.
So what's the 0 to 60 figure from stock to this configuration?
I think the original was somewhere maybe around 7. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe 8. It wasn't super powerful. I'm about 5 now.
Oh, let's try this then. Oh, she goes. Wow. That's, as you said, a big upgrade. Yeah, quite
For a
impressive.
little light car. Of course,
Yeah.
this car is right about 3,000 pounds compared to the 4,800 pounds that the Nissan was.
Okay,
So,
all right. So where do you take this? Is that your daily driver? Do you take this to the track?
no, this is just for fun.
Yeah.
Drive it around town and stuff like that. We take trips around New Mexico a little bit with it, things, you know, of that nature. It's just an enjoyable car.
All right, perfect.
You know.
Well, Carl, congratulations. It's quite impressive how much you can do with an older platform, which is still modern. Did you have any issues with the electrical system, the original one?
The 12-volt system, no, it wasn't too bad. Once I dug into it, I was able to find a complete set of electrical drawings for this car,
Okay.
which made a huge difference, okay? And then, yeah, I could able to work on that. I was able to modify a few things to work real nicely with the Resolve ECU and like I said, changing up some things and stuff like that. So, yeah, not bad really at all. So
Nice one.
there was, the odd fuses and dirty connections and things like that to make everything work, but it does.
So now, what is your next project?
I don't know. I really like to do a 928,
Ooh, yeah.
but that would be Tesla and everything
Yeah,
else. So
yeah.
we'll see what Magi has to say about his projects.
We'll ask him, yes.
Yeah.
All right, guys, if you like what you saw today, let us know in the comments below. Carl, thank you very much. Guys, give us a thumbs up, and guys, we'll see you in the next one. Would you believe me if I told you you can do a radical change to your car in less time it takes to supercharge your Tesla? Let's check it out. I have partnered with Halo Black to create a custom design that hides your old rim and replace it with a nice flush disc that not only protects your rims but also improve efficiency. First step is to install the hub. It just goes in. You can push this in, tighten it by hand. Then you use a special tool. Here we go. Next step is just to open the disc, and this one is the custom design one. 88 miles per hour, because when this baby hits 88, you're gonna see some serious. Next step is simply to screw this on, and because this is the right side of the car, screw anti-clockwise and use the tool to lock it in. And to secure the whole thing, you screw on one very last screw. All right, it only took 12 minutes, which is well less than it takes the Tesla to supercharge. So in the next few weeks, I will know if efficiency has actually improved. But in the meantime, you can order your own set of discs. And again, you can use any numbers, any letter you want, up to 25 characters, and use the code below. But more importantly, send us your photos of your Tesla with your Halo disc.